Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to you. He only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on the court. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get this is business.
Listen, I need y'all to pay attention for a second, because this situation right here, this is the kind of Hollywood drama that makes people start deleting old text messages, changing phone numbers, and suddenly taking a break from social media. And the reason everybody is panicking right now is because 50 Cent has started talking again. And whenever Curtis Jackson starts talking, somebody's empire starts shaking. Now, we already know 50 does not play fair. That man doesn't argue like normal people. He investigates, he watches, he listens, and then one random Tuesday at 2 a.m., he posts something on Instagram that sends the entire entertainment industry into cardiac arrest. That's just who he is. But baby, this time the conversation has gotten way bigger than rap beef, because now people online are convinced that 50 Cent is slowly preparing to expose everybody connected to the old music industry power circle.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
And somehow, someway, Beyonce and Jay-Z's names are getting dragged into the middle of all this mess. And let me be clear, nobody is saying Beyonce is out here committing crimes. That's not what this is. But what people are asking is this: how much did some of these celebrities know about the things happening around them for all these years? Because the internet has entered full conspiracy mode. And once social media starts connecting dots, honey, there is no stopping that train. What nobody expected was for 50 Cent to throw gasoline on the fire. Because instead of staying quiet while all these lawsuits, investigations, and celebrity friendships started unraveling, 50 kept posting cryptic messages, little jokes, little warnings, little comments that seemed funny on the surface but had everybody reading between the lines. And now folks are saying Jay-Z and Beyonce might be trying to distance themselves before the entire industry gets exposed.
Y'all, Curtis Jackson, there is nobody in this world pettier than Curtis.
Whew. This story right here, it's messy, complicated, and honestly kind of sad once you really look at it. Because we're talking about people who spent decades building untouchable reputations. We're talking about billion-dollar brands, legendary careers, and friendships that go all the way back to the early days of hip-hop. But here's the thing about Hollywood. The higher the pedestal, the harder the fall. And 50 Cent seems determined to remind everybody of that. See, one thing about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they've always moved differently from everybody else in the industry: quiet, calculated, untouchable. While other celebrities were online oversharing their business every 5 minutes, Beyonce and Jay built an entire empire by controlling the narrative. You barely saw interviews, you barely got explanations. They mastered the art of mystery. And honestly, that strategy worked. For years, people looked at them like royalty, not regular celebrities, royalty. Beyonce became this almost mythical figure in music. Every album release turned into a global event. Every performance became a cultural moment. And Jay-Z, that man transformed himself from a Brooklyn rapper into a billionaire businessman, sitting in rooms with CEOs and politicians.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
Together, they became the definition of power couple goals. But the problem with being that powerful is eventually people start wondering what's happening behind the curtain. And over the years, little rumors kept popping up. Stories about industry politics, stories about people allegedly being blackballed, stories about artists getting pushed out, stories about secret relationships and business betrayals. Most of it stayed in gossip blogs because nobody wanted smoke with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Let's be real, their influence was too strong. People were scared to even mention their names negatively. Then, social media changed everything. Because now every old clip gets dug back up. Every awkward interview becomes evidence. Every friendship gets analyzed frame by frame like it's a true crime documentary. And suddenly, people started revisiting Jay-Z's long history with certain industry figures whose names are now surrounded by controversy.
Strategy.
Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said, let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
That's where things started getting uncomfortable. Now, enter 50 Cent. See, 50 has always been the one person in hip-hop who genuinely does not care about industry rules. Everybody else tiptoes around powerful people. Not Curtis. That man will joke about anybody. Doesn't matter if you're rich, famous, loved, feared, whatever. If he smells weakness, he's gonna poke at it. And over the last year, his comments have gotten increasingly pointed. At first it seemed harmless, just little jokes online, but then people noticed a pattern. Every time new allegations or scandals hit the entertainment world, 50 would post something hinting that more names were coming. And fans immediately started speculating. Because when 50 says more people gonna be nervous soon, the internet turns into the FBI overnight. Now, suddenly, old photos of Jay-Z with controversial figures started resurfacing. Videos from parties, award shows, industry gatherings.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away.
went
Got in
away.
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
People started analyzing every interaction like detectives trying to crack a cold case. And honestly, some of the online theories got completely out of control. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. Instead of ignoring the rumors, Beyonce and Jay-Z allegedly started moving even quieter than before. Fewer appearances, less public interaction, more distance from certain people they used to publicly support. And baby, that made people even more suspicious. Because in Hollywood, silence always makes the internet louder. Now, let's talk about why 50 Cent even seems invested in all this to begin with, because this isn't random. This goes way back. See, 50 and Jay-Z have had tension for years. Not always direct beef, but definitely tension. Different styles, different personalities, different ways of handling power. Jay-Z has always been polished, political, strategic. 50, oh no, he's chaos with a microphone.
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
Back in the early 2000s, when 50 Cent exploded onto the scene, he represented something completely different from the classy business image Jay-Z was building. 50 was aggressive, reckless, unfiltered. He openly called people out. He made enemies proudly. And while Jay-Z was networking quietly behind closed doors, 50 was publicly exposing people in interviews. That difference created friction. There were rumors for years that 50 felt certain industry elites tried to block him from bigger opportunities because he refused to play the game. And whether that's true or not, one thing is undeniable. 50 has never trusted Hollywood relationships. He's said it multiple times. According to him, most of these celebrities smile in your face while secretly protecting themselves behind the scenes. And now, with all these scandals exploding publicly, 50 clearly feels vindicated. That's why he keeps talking. That's why he keeps posting. That's why every time another celebrity gets exposed, he acts like he's been waiting for this moment forever. But what really sent social media into chaos was one particular live stream where 50 started joking about certain power couples needing to disappear for a while before more secrets come out. Now, he never directly named Beyonce and Jay-Z, but he didn't have to. The internet connected those dots within seconds. And from there, pure madness. TikTok creators started making breakdown videos. YouTube bloggers started pulling old interviews. Twitter users were posting timelines and theories like they were working for CNN. Some people even started questioning whether Beyoncé's carefully protected image could survive if the industry around her completely collapsed. And honestly, that's the sad part here, because Beyoncé herself has spent years avoiding drama publicly. She rarely speaks on controversy, she rarely claps back, she performs, drops music, and disappears. That's her formula. But being connected to powerful people means eventually their problems become your problems too. That's just reality. And what nobody expected was for old stories about Jay-Z's business relationships to suddenly resurface at the exact same time these entertainment scandals started blowing up. Now, people are revisiting everything. Old friendships, old party footage, old lawsuits, old rumors. Even harmless moments from years ago suddenly look suspicious once public opinion shifts. That's how Hollywood works. One minute people worship you, the next minute they're treating old vacation photos like evidence exhibits. And through all of this, 50 Cent just keeps laughing online. That man treats Instagram like reality television. Every cryptic caption sends blogs into a frenzy. Every meme becomes a headline. Every joke becomes another viral discussion. And honestly, he knows exactly what he's doing. Because 50 understands modern celebrity culture better than most people in Hollywood. He knows attention is power. He knows ambiguity keeps people talking. He knows if he says just enough without saying too much, the internet will do the rest for him. And baby, the internet has definitely been doing the rest. Now there are people genuinely wondering whether more major celebrities are about to get publicly dragged into investigations and scandals. Some fans are defending Jay-Z and Beyoncé aggressively, saying people are reaching and creating fantasies out of thin air. Others are saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. And somewhere in the middle of all this chaos are regular fans who genuinely don't know what to believe anymore. Because that's the scary thing about celebrity culture today. The line between truth, rumor, and entertainment has become almost impossible to separate. One viral post can destroy years of reputation overnight. One accusation can change how the public sees you forever. And unfortunately, once your name enters the conversation, it never fully leaves. That's exactly why people think Beyoncé and Jay-Z are being extra careful right now, because they understand perception matters, they understand timing matters, and they definitely understand that being attached to the wrong people during a scandal can damage even the biggest brands. Now, let's be honest for a second. A lot of this conversation online is fueled by fear. Not just celebrity gossip, but fear of what happens when powerful systems start collapsing publicly. For decades, the entertainment industry operated like a private club. Certain people controlled opportunities, certain people protected each other, certain stories never made headlines because too many careers depended on silence. But social media changed that balance forever. Now regular people can dig up information instantly. Independent creators can reach millions without needing television networks. Old interviews never disappear. Receipts last forever. And 50 Cent understands that better than almost anybody. That's why his voice carries so much weight in these moments, because people genuinely believe he knows things.
Whether he actually does or not almost doesn't matter anymore. The perception alone is enough to create panic. And honestly, that might be the most dangerous part of all this. Not the lawsuits, not the rumors, not the investigations, the uncertainty. Because once people start questioning the image celebrities spent decades building, everything becomes unstable. And imagine how exhausting that must be for Beyoncé specifically. This is somebody who spent years trying to perfect every detail of her public image, every performance polished, every appearance controlled, every statement carefully measured. Only for the internet to suddenly start dragging her into conversations she never publicly asked to be part of. That kind of pressure has to be overwhelming, especially when your family is involved, especially when your husband's name keeps getting mentioned in online speculation, especially when every move you make becomes another headline. And the sad reality is that celebrity marriages rarely survive this kind of non-stop public pressure untouched. Even if none of the rumors are true, the stress alone can change everything behind closed doors. Think about it. Imagine waking up every morning seeing your family trending for another conspiracy theory. Imagine knowing millions of strangers are dissecting your life daily. Imagine wondering which friend might suddenly distance themselves next to protect their own reputation. That's not normal. That's emotional warfare. And through all of this, 50 keeps applying pressure with jokes and warnings that feel playful on the surface but carry serious undertones underneath. That's why people are paying attention. Because historically, whenever 50 starts trolling somebody repeatedly, it usually means he believes the public tide is shifting. And right now, the public tide in entertainment feels very unstable. People are questioning everything. Who knew what? Who protected who? Who stayed silent? Who benefited? Those questions are getting louder every day. And honestly, I think that's why this story has captured people so deeply. It's bigger than celebrity gossip now. It's about trust. It's about power. It's about what happens when icons stop feeling untouchable. Because for the longest time, Beyonce and Jay-Z represented aspiration, success, luxury, power, stability. Now, suddenly, people are looking at that image differently. Not necessarily because of proven wrongdoing, but because proximity alone has become suspicious in today's culture. And that's terrifying for celebrities, because in the age of social media, association can become accusation overnight. Still, despite all the noise, Beyonce and Jay-Z haven't really responded directly. And honestly, that might be the smartest move possible, because responding emotionally could make things worse. Ignoring it keeps some level of control, but silence also leaves room for speculation to grow. That's the impossible trap celebrities face now. Every move becomes evidence. Every silence becomes suspicious. Every friendship becomes questionable. And 50 Cent? He's sitting back watching the chaos unfold exactly the way he likes it. Because if there's one thing Curtis Jackson loves, it's proving he was paying attention while everybody else was sleeping. Now, whether any major exposure actually happens, nobody knows. A lot of internet theories turn out false, a lot of rumors disappear after a few weeks, and sometimes social media simply creates monsters out of coincidence and speculation. That's important to remember. But what is real is this growing feeling that the entertainment industry is entering a completely different era now. An era where old power structures don't protect people the way they used to. An era where audiences question everything. An era where secrets are harder to bury. And if you're a celebrity connected to powerful circles, that reality feels terrifying.
especially when somebody like 50 Cent keeps hinting that more storms are coming. At the end of the day, maybe this whole situation says more about the public than the celebrities themselves. People are tired of curated perfection. They're tired of carefully manufactured images. They want honesty now, even if it's messy. And once audiences start craving truth more than glamour, Hollywood changes forever. That's why this moment feels so different. Because it's no longer just about music or fame or entertainment. It's about accountability, perception, survival. And right now, everybody in that industry seems nervous about who might get pulled into the spotlight next, including Beyonce and Jay-Z. So now the question becomes, is 50 Cent genuinely warning people because he knows more than he's saying? Or is he simply doing what he's always done best, stirring the pot and watching the internet explode? Honestly, maybe it's both. But one thing is certain. When 50 starts laughing, the industry starts sweating. And judging by how tense Hollywood feels right now, I don't think this story is ending anytime soon. Because baby, if the last few years taught us anything, it's this. Every empire looks invincible until suddenly it isn't.